It calls to mind the Roman Tacitus. They plunder, they butcher, they ravish, make it desert and call it peace. They make it desert and they call it peace. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mankind, how much time is needed to save the human race? We create an issues that we unprepared to face. You're no longer thy brother's keeper when bombs begin to fall. To you, the defenseless is unequal. Those power-wielding giants who prey upon the weak, using weaponry as a means to the injustice that they seek, while the world looks on in horror at the spilling of human blood. No peace will ever be achieved without justice and dialogue. Claiming supremacy through violence amidst tears and grief. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace, using genocide as a tool to prop up their false beliefs. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace. Fake news is what the controllers use to distort reality, creating stability in a new world order where prejudice has taken root. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Hey, oh, oh, huh. Now in the 21st century, where hope is now at stake, in the absence of truth is where trust deteriorates, undermining the global order, allowing hate to thrive by judging who should and shouldn't survive. Imagine the genocide in Sudan and on the Gaza Strip, where destruction of human lives have become much more adequate. Restricted movements and choices caused by rising inequality. They have created a platform for global instability, claiming supremacy through violence amidst tears and grief. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace, using genocide as a tool to prop up their false beliefs. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace. Fake news is what the controllers use to distort reality, creating stability in a new world order where prejudice has taken root. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Our world resembles a world centuries ago, where hate rise and prejudice rise with a constant flow. Now the law becomes a spectacle for lack of truth and trust due to social crisis that was enforced. Man's way of life is threatened as climate change is around. Then it keeps descending into political tribalism. Now the law becomes a theater and science just an opinion. For the lacking of truth and trust is the downfall of a nation. Claiming supremacy through violence amidst tears and grief. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace, using genocide as a tool to prop up their false beliefs. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace. Fake news is what the controllers use to distort reality, creating stability in a new world order where prejudice has taken root. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Hey, Take my love. Good evening, judges. War must not be a distraction for a global reset, although it may be a matter of life and death. We must build one common agenda for all humanity, with fairness and with transparency. Our rights must be protected. It's worth taking a risk, for the facts will stand on its own long as humanity exists. It's the system that is ruling that has put the future at stake. The crisis will never cease if we pattern the same mistakes, claiming supremacy through violence amidst tears and grief. They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace, using genocide as a tool to prop up their false beliefs.
They plunder, they butcher, they ravage and call it peace.
Fake news is what the controllers use to distort reality, create instability in a new world order where prejudice has taken root. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Mankind faces the crisis of truth. Hey! Thank you.